here is the thing about what we do as a community. All right, here it is. This isn't about just gun building. This isn't about just the Second Amendment. We are advocates of freedom. We are actually the definition of America, right? America isn't, oranges in Florida or friggin' the Statue of Liberty in New York City or Wine Valley in California or the Lone Star State. America, what makes it different than every other country is the fact that we exercise our freedom. If we did not exercise our freedom, we wouldn't be America. Okay. So when you have people that advocate for other people to exercise a freedom and they are targeted maliciously over and over and over again, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about everybody who does this is targeted, then what they're saying is we don't want America anymore. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you by targeting you that we don't want you to advocate for people to exercise their freedom. Hey, don't do that. Now, let's say it wasn't gun building. Let's say it was voting. Let's say we were advocates for get out the vote, right? That we went around and we talked about the importance of exercising your freedom to vote, how important it is as an American to exercise that one freedom. Because as Americans, we have the right to exercise whichever freedoms we want.
Yeah,
right.
Okay? But let's say it was voting. Let's say it was voting. Only we advocated for you to only vote Republican. Is there anything wrong with that?
Yeah.
Why?
There's no freedom of choice.
Power and influence would still come for you, is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? They would still come for you, even though you're advocating for something that makes America what it is. People exercising their rights. This is a game of chess, and you're playing with pawns. That's us. We're just fucking peasant pawns, okay? We're peasant pawns, and we're battling rooks, knights, bishops, kings, and queens. And it's a very difficult board to win. Yeah. But if all the pawns stick together, then they got nowhere to move. As gun builders, we're easy targets, right? They have a claim. They have a claim out there that the number one problem facing our country, right? The number one problem facing our country is this, domestic extremist thing. And obviously, we all know that that's fucking preposterous, okay? But they need to pad those numbers. They need to make it look like, yeah, it is, right?
Exactly.
And what better way to do that than to say, look, we got tens of thousands of people that are crazy and build guns, and they're so mean, and they build those ghost gun things. Those things that are so bad. Yeah, they belong on this list, right? Yes. They're terrible people. And so, I get some of it. I understand. Again, we don't accept these things, but we understand the chessboard that is in front of us, right? Because the only way you can continue to play is to understand. Now, if some of you have George Soros money and $40 million that you want to donate to the Democratic Party, we can turn the gun industry around just like that. They don't give a fuck about this. This is coming from, donors and anti-gun lobby. They're paying the politicians, and the politicians are putting the pressure on and the overreaching task force to go after people. Yes. But it's all a game at the end of the day. And when you understand the game a little bit better, you can put yourself in a position to play it a little bit better.
Correct.
The Democrats specifically, though, use manipulation. Now, manipulation is the definition of manipulation is when they get on you for your reaction to their own disrespect. So they disrespect you, they fuck with you. And then when you react to that, they're like, see? And this is how they manipulate the system, right? They try to provoke action. And when you do act because you've been provoked, they crucify you for that. So this is what they do, right? They crucify you. My friend, we live in opposite world. Okay. And so when we're looking at the chessboard, it's an opposite world. A man isn't a man. A woman is a fucking cat. A patriot, someone who loves their country, right? who loves their neighbors, a real patriot, a real America, somebody who loves this country, who wants to serve this country, who wants to see it better, who wants to see it more prosperous, who volunteers in their community, right? Who gives it all to and gives a life to service to their community and to other Americans, okay? That person, in opposite world, is a domestic extremist. Now, in opposite world, a domestic extremist, someone who riots in the streets, loots businesses, burns fucking police cars, burns businesses, these people are now considered heroes and patriots in opposite world, okay?
Yeah.
And so what you got to understand here, my friend, is the chessboard is flipped upside down. So all your rational, logical thinking of how you think you're going to play this game is going to get you trapped. And you've got to start thinking differently. Again, this is the world. We have to accept it. Again, not accept it, but we have to accept the pieces as they are on the board in order to play. Because if the longer you stay in the stages of grief, denial, anger, I want to negotiate my way out of this, the longer you stay in these stages and you can't get to acceptance, you can't get clarity on how to move forward. And everybody is just fucking stuck in an old way of thinking, okay? This is the world, all right? This is you. This is you. This is the world. The world is moving forward. If you're staying here in this old way of thinking, the world is just going to keep fucking going. You need to catch up. You need to understand how they're playing so that you can put in countermeasures to play the opposite way. You understand?
How do we play this game? How do we move forward? What
Prepareyourtribe.com.